purpose of the renovation for the Gibbes is to bring together these two components of the visual arts, creativity and the finished product. And in addition to that, embracing the opportunity to educate our young people and our future generations to the power of the visual arts and how it can change their lives. The Gibbes will hopefully be a mecca for this kind of activity in Charleston, and we are all looking forward to its reopening and its re-engagement with the community on a much, much broader level.
I think it's important to support the Gibbes Museum because we want to support local as well as regional, national, and international artists. Without art, we would be very different as humans, as people.
I think that the renovation is going to put the Gibbes on the map nationally. I think it will continue to help keep the Gibbes in the forefront of everybody's mind in the community, because I think it will be a much more user-friendly museum, and I think people will, of all different economic backgrounds and all different ages, will feel very welcome in the museum.
I think it's very novel, and I think the planning has just been extraordinary to somewhat go back to the roots of the Gibbes, particularly not only housing the fabulous collections, but having it open for young artists.
When you are lucky enough to have one place in your life where you can actually have that moment of jump and growth, then the community grows. And that's why it's so terribly important that you come and be a part of a museum like the Gibbes.
Museum to our community and any community is that it gives a pictorial image of the history and the culture of the people. It gives a better understanding of whom we are and where we came from. And it is a way of illustrating to the future the importance of remembering history, culture, and place.
My mother was a board member, and she always spoke so lovingly and dutifully of the Gibbes Art Gallery. So from my early childhood, I knew that this was a vitally important institution for our community.
I don't know that you could call a community without an art museum. It is besides the preservation and restoration of art for the future, it is the collective memory of not just the soul and spirit that art is, but the literal locations, the views, the people who've passed through.
I think if you come back a century from now, look back, we will say that the most important thing that was done in the last century in terms of Charleston and the arts is the renovation and reemergence of the Gibbes.
The new renovated Gibbes will serve as the cornerstone of a vibrant community, and it will be a point of pride unmatched by any other city.
Oh, I think art is the key to the soul of humanity. It's an essential component. You know, there's times in our history where, you know, economics have made art a difficult thing to be in the forefront because there's so much need. But the reality is we need to nourish our souls, and art just does that.
What I'm looking forward to is that we have a space and an environment for people to come to and enjoy our works and our programs that is just as dynamic as the collection.
The museum renovation will just be a whole package for anyone that wants to enjoy a museum.
I think if we start living our lives without art and without music, I think we're losing a tremendous part of what living is all about.